Alright, so if you want to learn how to clean your email list on autopilot and by extension, improve your deliverability, also by extension, make more money through email marketing, then please stick around because in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a sunset unengaged flow, which is going to help your brand identify people who are not engaged anymore for good, and then get rid of them. I'm also going to show you how to get rid of those people who are not engaged, etc., etc. That way you save money with your ESP, and again, you improve your deliverability as well. So with that being said, let's dive right into it. So before I create the actual sunset unengaged flow, we need to create two actual segments before. One, it's gonna be the unengaged segment, and the second one is gonna be the bounce segment. So we'll get rid of those people in the future. I'm gonna show you how, but for now, let's create those two segments, which are extremely important if you wanna create the sunset unengaged flow first. So I'm gonna go to listen segments, create new, create segment right here, and then I'm gonna create the unengaged segment first. Unengaged segment. So what are the conditions for these specific segments? First things first, you go to what someone has done or not done. You click on open emails. So first things first is receive emails. Receive emails. So this person has received at least 10 overall time and has opened 0 of those emails in the lab. And this really depends on you. We could do like 60 days, 90 days, etc. In most cases, we do 90 days here. And you can end right here. Has also clicked on 0 of those emails. The reason why we do open and click is because sometimes the pixel doesn't really recognize the open emails, especially after iOS 14. So keep that in mind. That's why we do this as well. 0 times in the last 90 days. And also we do what someone has done or not done, active on site. So we want to target people who not only didn't really engage with your emails, but also didn't engage with your brand overall because they didn't go to your website at all either. So we do active on site 0 times in the last 90 days, or it could be more aggressive. For this one, could be like 45 days. It's fine. And this is going to be the actual unengaged segment. So we create segment right here. I'm going to create it. Let's wait a little bit right here. Alrighty, so the segment is already created. The other segment you need to create as well is going to be the bounce segment. So we do bounce segment right here. We do what someone has or not done. Bounce email is at least once overall time, and then filter where bounce type is hard, and we do or someone has or not done. Bounce email at least 3 overall time, and then filter where bounce type equals soft, and then you create the segment. I'm gonna create it right now as well. All right, so the bounce segment is already created as well. So let's create the flow, the sunset unengaged flow now. Let's go to flows right here. Let's click on create flow, and then this one is already created by default. We use this one, so sunset unengaged subscribers, standard one. We don't really use this one right here. We use this one, standard. You can call it whatever you want, right? And the trigger here is when someone gets added, when someone joins the unengaged segment we just created. That's why it is crucial to create that segment beforehand, right? You click on create flow right here, and it's gonna be draft up rather quickly. Now, when it comes to the actual structure and how many emails we send, to be honest with you, we actually just send one email in most cases because these people are not engaged. So if you keep sending a second email and a third email, you might destroy your deliverability because those people will not open your emails. They're unengaged, right? So we only send one email. So I'm gonna delete the rest of it right here. And then, this time delay is fine. And then for the actual content of the email, in most cases, we make this email text-based, because we want to maximize the actual opens, right? So text-based emails allows for better deliverability. So with that being said, we actually use kind of you could actually use an incentive as well. So essentially, the messaging of this email should be something along the lines of like, hey, we've noticed you haven't been engaging with us for a while. So if you're not interested in our brand anymore, please unsubscribe here. But if you're still interested, then no action is needed from you, essentially, right? And you can actually give them an incentive, like 10% off, 20, whatever it is as well. So yeah, that's pretty much for the content of this email. And then once they go through the entire flow, and then they just didn't open the email, we wait 5 days, and then this profile property gets updated. So the person who went through the entire flow and didn't actually open this email right here will get tagged with this property, which is unengaged. Because here we have some filters. So open 0 emails since starting this flow, and click 0 emails since starting this flow. So if they go through these right here and they just don't open or click this email, they just get tagged with this property. And the reason why it is extremely important is because now I'm gonna create a segment for that specific property. And that's the segment that you need to delete, as well as the bounce segment. The first unengaged segment we created was for the flow, but this segment I'm gonna create right now is for the profile property, and that's the one you should delete from your entire email database, as well as this bounce segment. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But let's do it right now. So create segment right here. I'm gonna call it to deletes, right? Unengaged, unengaged right here. And then properties about someone. Okay, so in this case, since no one has gone through this flow right here, you don't see the actual property. But let me pause for a second, and I'm gonna add myself to that segment, and I'm gonna show you how it actually looks. Okay, so I just added someone to that segment for the sake of this video right here. So so let's go through the entire process again. So you go to listen segments, you create segment, and then this one is gonna be the unengaged profile property. So this is the one you should 100% delete right here. So you click on select a condition, properties about someone, and then here you should actually see the unengaged property. It's true, type a lien, add condition, you could add a and condition, which is going to be the can receive marketing. And then you create the segment. I'm going to create it right now. Just again, for the sake of this video right here. That the actual person I added was already unsubscribed. So that's why you see members 0. But I'm going to use the other, the bounce segment to show you how to actually delete people that are not engaged and also bounce people. So essentially you should do the same thing as I'm gonna do with the bounce segment with this one right here. Alrighty, so yes, I mentioned before the reason why I see 0 members is because the person I added manually to the that actually tagged with the unengaged property has already unsubscribed. And one of the conditions here is people can receive email marketing. So that person cannot receive email marketing. So that's why members here is 0. But in your case, of course, it's gonna be there's gonna be a bunch of people here. Okay. So next, I'm gonna call it like delete. That way you understand exactly. That way you understand that this one should be deleted as well. Bounce segment. Okay. So in order to get rid of people in this segment, for example, and then again the same process should be followed with this one right here. Is you go here to the actual segment, you click manage segment right here, export segment to CSV. I'm gonna export it right now, email. Okay, I already exported the CSV file and then download it on my computer. And then next, again, do the same thing with this unengaged segment. Next, we go to listen segments, profiles right here, audience. So you go to audience and profiles right here. And then here you go to view suppress profiles. And then here we click on import. And so you upload it, and then I'm gonna upload right now as well, and then you upload it. And that's how you actually manually suppress people through these segments. So essentially, there are 4 steps, just to recap. First one is you need to create the bounce segment as well as the unengaged segment, right? Second step is to create the sunset unengaged flow, right? Third step is to create the unengaged segment, but for the profile property, not the first one we created. So it's gonna be like 3 segments in total you have created so far. Okay, and then fourth step is gonna be to basically do this right here. So upload your CSV file of the people on those segments, and then that's how you manually suppress your those profiles, and that's how you clean your email database. This is extremely important. Most brands don't actually clean their email database, and they just essentially keep the same unengaged people forever, just paying for Klaviyo Zenlay without any reason, really, to be honest. So yeah, hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this was clear enough. If you're running an e-commerce brand doing over 100K per month right now, and you want a team to handle all of these for you, so flows, automations, campaigns, list cleaning, campaign ideation, campaign calendar, offer creation, etc., then please feel free to reach out to me. We've been in the email marketing space for over 4 years, and we've generated millions of dollars in email revenue for multiple e-commerce brands. So yeah, feel free to use my calendar link below and book a time that works for you. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.